really know what your audience needs, or are you guessing at their favorite topic? See, most people are guessing and it's costing them money, and they end up writing the wrong book for the wrong person for the wrong reason. So in this video, I'm sharing my process for defining what I call an MVP niche for your book. This is the first step in selecting your book's topic so that you write the right book for the right person for the right reason. Now, I have a free guide that goes through all 3 steps in the process. All you're going to do is drop the word topic, T-O-P-I-C, in the comments, or go to www.darlandofortune.com/perfect topic to download the perfect topic picker for yourself. My name is Fortune. I'm the author of 3 books and a self-publishing strategist for established coaches and consultants who want to write a book and use that book to grow their business. I've created a proprietary method of getting your book out of your head in less than 4 hours using a phone and just a few websites. This show teaches you how to do that and how to build the sales funnels to turn your book readers into clients and customers. I want to start off by saying this. Take your notes right now. Being an effective guide requires empathy for your reader and authority of your subject. Now, you cannot do that unless you know your reader intimately. Now, some people write books because they know they're valuable and they design their business around getting content out in the world in whatever the hottest niche or their trend is. And there's nothing wrong with that business model. But you stand for more than that as a wealthy author. So your goal is transformation because you have a mission and you believe writing the right book for the right person for the right reason, the one book away philosophy, is why people should spend the time to publish the best book they can author. But if you don't do the work necessary to really get to know your audience, you're doing them a disservice. Your book is for them, not you. So learn about them, or you risk bringing another useless book into the world. And that's regardless of your intentions. Now, one of the best tools at your disposal is a book proposal. When you get the book proposal clear, you're well on your way to putting out a book that you're proud of because it changes lives, not just because you wrote it. And it'll be a book you gladly shove into people's hands saying, here, read this. It'll solve your problem and change your life. See, a book proposal is a document traditional publishers use to determine whether a book is worth their time to publish. It's a valuable assessment tool, but I'm not teaching you how to write a book proposal for a traditional publisher. Now, I do believe you need to do your homework, though. So I've shrunk the typical 30+ page book proposal down to a 1-page document called the 6WH questionnaire, or the perfect topic picker. And in this video, you'll learn the first step in the 3-step process. It's called defining the MVP niche. So I'm going to break this down, these 3 steps. Number 1, you got to narrow down your market, which is the M. You got to find a measurable value, which is the V, and then make sure it's something you're passionate about. That is the P. So let's break these down just a little bit more. Number 1, you want to narrow down your market. There are 3 typically big markets that people look into. They are health, wealth, and relationships. These are the big markets. Most things that you are looking at out on the marketplace fall into one of these 3 categories in some way or some form. Even if it's like thinking about the furniture that I see in front of me. How is the furniture falling to health, wealth, or relationships? Well, it depends on the type of product or furniture that you're selling. If it is an ergonomic chair, then it is a health area. If it is something that's very fashionable and shows that how much beauty and aesthetics, then it might be able to deal with more of the wealth. If it is a chair for your family to get into and start watching movies from and to live out of, that is relationships. So most of the things in your world have to fall into these areas: health, wealth, or relationships. Now you want to go about 2 or 3 levels deep to find your market. And what I mean by that, specifically, I let's talk about, go back to the furniture sitting here in front of me. If I really want to go narrow down into what type of market I'm going to sell my chairs to, I could look at the relationship space. Okay. So I want to sell furniture for in the relationship area. That's my main thing. Well, what types of relationships do I want to focus on? Is it going to be more of the single person? Is it going to be that's doing a lot of parties or things of that nature? Is it going to be a person who is just a couple that doesn't have really a large family? Is it going to be a large family that has a lot of people coming over constantly, and this is a place they're actually living out of, constantly bouncing around or whatever? Okay, I got to decide on that. So let's say it's going to be for the large one, the large family, because I come from a family that's kind of large, right? So our furniture gets used and beat up on, so you need a specific type of furniture in there, right? So now if we're talking about, we've gone from furniture for relationships and for large families. So now when we go into that, now are we looking at furniture that's going to be very durable? Or are we looking for furniture that's going to be more functional? I've seen some recent commercials about these chairs and couches that you can like take apart and move around, and they have like speakers inside of the armrest, and the covers come off very easy, so it makes them easy to wash. That is something that falls under relationships, that goes into a family type of a larger family type of furniture, but also very functional. Okay, so that's going 3 levels. So what can you go 3 levels in the area of your coaching or consulting business? What are the 3 levels you're going to go down inside of either health, wealth, or relationships? Once you've gone into that, then we move into number 2. We go into a measurable value. And here's what I mean. One measure is, are people paying for the result that you want to get them? And it's easy to find out if people are paying for the result that you're going to get them. You can go out to Google, or you can go out to Amazon. It's one of the best places to see if people are buying the solution that in the area that you want to offer your coaching program. Then you know people are buying for the results. Now, will they buy your result is a whole different thing, and that's part of the reason why we're going through this MVP niche, which is the first step in defining your book proposal, the miniature version of book proposal that I'm teaching you for your called the Perfect Topic Picker. So, the first value, the measure is are people paying for it? The second value, the measurable value, is you're going to find something that's quantifiable. And what I mean by that is, what results are you going to help someone get? What they're going to value that result. That might be something such as lose so many pounds in over the next 6 months or whatnot. Okay, or to lower I have a client who's like lowering A1C for those who have type 2 diabetes. I have another client that was teaching people how to grow their business as millennials. And so part of his book, the quantifiable measure, is, are you making enough money to start building their survival fund, and then the surplus funds, the different funds that he teaches about you building, so that you can eventually start having an overflow fund. And I'm saying the wrong name for that, so David, forgive me, for this overflow fund, so that you can start actually investing into other businesses, into stocks or whatever you want to. So that is a quantifiable measurement for your book. When I look at something that's more mental or emotional and spiritual, the quantify is like, yes, you can do this, or no, you can't do that. Okay, that is more the quantifiable thing for something such as confidence. Yes, you have more confidence, or no, you don't have confidence. That is your measure. You may not have a scale on that, but yes or no, either you finish your book and they're going to be more confident, or they're not confident. That is the measure, okay? So measurable value, that is the V in the MVP niche. So you're going to marry the market going 3 levels deep, and then are they paying for what you're offering? a solution that you're going to be offering? Are people buying stuff in that market? And what is there a quantifiable value for what you're going to be offering them so they know they're getting a result? They're going to go from this to that. Okay? The third area here for the P is passionate. And now it may seem a little off here why this MVP niche, why you need to be passionate about it. And here's why I say that the niche needs to be passionate, something you're passionate about, is because you want to be talking about this for the next at least 5 years. So if you're going to spend all this time writing a book and getting that book published and then marketing that book only for you to be done with it a year from now, that's a waste of time. Like, honestly, don't do it. Do not do it. Go find something simpler to produce, like a free download or some type of recording that you might do on a live stream or something. Like, don't spend the time and all the effort and go through all of the things you have to do in order to produce a book if you're not going to be passionate about pushing this book out there to everyone that you meet who might find value from this book. So, you want this to be something for something that you're passionate about. For something you're passionate about for at least the next 5 years. Okay, and even more so, something that's going to bring you joy. And I want to pause on that. It needs to bring you joy. And that joy doesn't mean that you're like walking around happy all the time. What I mean is you may find joy in someone that your client gets it and their life change. That might be the joy. The joy might be just talking about the subject. The joy might be researching the subject. Okay? What about this subject brings you joy? You want to have something that's passionate about. Otherwise, do not waste your time. I'm slapping my legs right now saying this. Do not waste your time if you're not going to be passionate about the book. Okay? So review, narrow your market, okay, down to 2 or 3 levels in the health, wealth, or relationships. Number 2, make a measurable value. So make sure the 2 measures in that are that people are paying for the result there and that it's a quantifiable measurement, okay, or result. Number 3 is that it's something you're passionate about. So it needs to bring you joy, and you must be willing to talk about this with energy and enthusiasm for at least the next 5 years. Okay? Once you have the marriage of all 3 of those, you have found your MVP niche. And again, this is just the first step toward being able to create your, find your perfect topic. Okay? And creating your small version of a book proposal. Now, to add on to this, to go a little further into this understanding of your niche, not all the time are you looking at your ideal reader or your niche as looking at all the demographics. You're going to be looking at more of the psychographics, okay? And for those who don't know, the demographics are like age, race, gender, financial status, marital status, things of those nature, okay? Stuff you typically see like on a census report. But the psychological factors of your ideal reader are going to help you get in touch. Remember, I talked about the empathizing with the reader, understanding what they're going through so that you can write the book for them and where they are. You can reach down into where they are in their life and pull them up to the next level. It doesn't mean they're in a hole. You're just going to pull them up to the next level because you understand where they are and can empathize. You truly understand what's going on in their head, what's going on in their hearts, what's going on in their life, and the philosophies and so forth that they're living by, that you can pull them out of and change their belief systems so that they start getting better results that you know that you can help them get. So the question here is, what problem do you solve? This is going to dive more into the psychological aspect of your reader. Okay, and you're going to go deeper into that as you go into the step 2, and you can find step 2 in the document. I'm going to give you the link to that, the perfect topic picker. I'm going to give you the link to that again here in just 1 second. But the challenge or problem do you solve? Okay, and it needs to understand this from the internal problem you're solving, the external problem you're solving, and the philosophical problem that you're solving for your reader. Really get clear about what that is. Now, internal, I mean like what inside of them, the belief systems, the the mindsets that they have. What is it that they are holding on the inside that they may not be letting out? Okay, the feelings, the emotion, the spirit of them. External is what's going on in their environment. What problem are you solving in their environment? It might be a physical result that they're getting, maybe a relational result that they might be getting. What is it that you are getting outside of them that you are helping solve? What problem are they facing? You're going to help them solve. Philosophical, again, goes more into what are the values and the things that they live by. Okay, what are that philosophical ideas that they hold true for them right now? Okay, this goes even deeper, more into the belief sets and belief systems than the internal portion. Okay, so the challenge and problems that you're solving internally, externally, and philosophically. If you do not understand your reader at that level, on all three of these levels, then you're going to miss something. And they're going to be like, yeah, that sounds good, but it's not quite there. And they're going to go find someone else for that missing piece. The person that gives them the internal struggle, the external challenge, and the philosophical challenge that they're having, and then brings in, which is the next part of this, you find a problem and how you're solving that problem. So what is your new solution or unique method? Okay? What unique solution or new method are you giving to them to help solve those problems, internal, external, and philosophical? And it doesn't mean there are three different solutions. I mean that one solution is going to help deal with and help them overcome all three, internal, externally, and philosophical challenges or problems that they're having. And this doesn't mean that you have to go out there and reinvent everything. Your solution is a step-by-step process. I like to help my authors come up with what I call a genius model. There are going to be like three key phases. Three key phases. Each one of those phases is going to have about 3 steps, and each one of those steps is going to have about 3 main ideas that you're going to help people to solve and understand, so they get to the solution that only you can give them. And what makes it unique could be this one idea that you found. It could be something from your personal life that you pulled from a different area to connect into this area that you're helping them get. So specifically, we're talking about, go back to the chair, we're talking about relationships and going with the big family, the family this is the area they're going to be a functional chair, right? As I talk about that commercial for these sectional chairs that now have the speakers inside of there. Now the surround sound is inside of there. That is the unique solution that their chair is solving. It's still a sectional chair, but the unique solution is to make it even more functional for the family that's going to really spend a lot of time in that chair, having fun, entertaining, what may be. They have now speakers inside the chair, which now makes surround sound right there, and it's easy to clean. Much more functional can you do? What can you do for your business? I specifically have a process where I help my authors to eliminate the writer's block by using the Zeigarnik effect, which is a psychological thing that goes on in your brain. And I don't want to go really into that, so I'm going to call it a psychological thing. But I also use elaborate intuition. Intuitive elaboration, which is basically finding a way to turn your outline into a bunch of questions that you can solve and get your book done very quickly. How there are other people out there who teach you how to write a book quickly? Yes, that is my solution to that problem. But also the things that we're talking about here today, really getting clear about who your MVP niche is not something that you hear a lot of people talk about when it comes to writing your book quickly. They just say, write the book. Let's not do that. We're going to write the book quickly, but we're going to do that because we're really clear about what we're going to write about. And then we have a strategic process to help to get the ideas out of your head in less than 4 hours. There it is. Simple process, not too different from everyone else, but my tweak is I can help you get it done in 4 hours because I understand how the brain works when it comes to creating content. All right, so that's a new solution. And as a side note here, all the things we're talking about here, the market, the value, and then we're talking about the challenge and then the solution all go into what I call the book positioning statement. Now, this is what you wrap all the information that we talk about in your book into one simple statement that you can say to someone. Now, I have other videos you can look at here that are going to show you how to do your book positioning statement. But it simply says this: this book helps X, that's your market, do Y, which is the measurable value, right, that you're gonna give to them, without Z. Okay, and a Z is the problems or challenges that you just finished talking about. Okay, so this book helps X do Y without Z, and shows them how to A, B, and C. A, B, and C are the benefits that you're going to get from following by using W, which is your unique solution. Okay, this book helps coaches and consultants to write a signature book in less than 4 hours without them having to learn how to be a great writer or even writing the book themselves if they don't want to. And it shows them how to use that book to get more stages, to get more pre-qualified clients, and to grow their business by using the signature book formula. There we go. Do you want the book? The link is probably somewhere on this page or down below this video if you really want the book. It's called The 4-Hour Book. All right, with that being said, y'all, here's what we're going to do. I really want to get this real clear to you. Choosing your MVP niche is the first step to completing the 6WH questions, which I lovingly call the perfect topic picker. Now, the next step is to do all the research to confirm your suspicions about your audience and to see what the marketplace is saying about your topic. That means you're really going to go do the research, go onto Google, go on to Answer the Public. You're going to go on to Amazon, go into Reddit. You're going to go into all these different areas, collect some information to really get to know who your reader and what the marketplace is saying, okay? And the final step is you put all of these answers into a one-page document that basically becomes a simplified book proposal. And from that, you can confidently move forward with writing your book when you completed that document. Now, do you want a copy of that document? I bet you do. All you gotta do is put the word topic, T-O-P-I-C, put that down in the comments, or you can go to www.darlandofortune.com/perfect-topic. Okay? Go there and you can download the guide for yourself. Now, with that being said, you can be, you can do, you can have anything you want in this world. You just gotta believe. You can live a life of no doubt, just blessings. And I will show you how. All right? And always remember, you're only one book away from the next breakthrough in your life or your business. So go out there and make life happen every day. God bless. And I'll talk to you next time.